massive sensor array of the celestial wanderer hummed with quiet intensity as Karen Voss studied the holographic display. Fragments of metallic debris drifted against the starfield, glinting like scattered diamonds against the infinite black. His navigation officer, Liren Teth, leaned forward, adjusting the long-range scanners. "Commander," Liren said, his voice cutting through the ambient sounds of the ship's bridge, "there's something out there. Not just debris. Something. Structured." Karen's weathered hands moved across the holographic controls, expanding the sensor grid. At 52, he was a veteran of deep space exploration, with lines etched into his face that told stories of countless missions beyond human-controlled space. His gray-flecked beard and piercing blue eyes spoke of decades spent searching the unknown. The bridge of the Celestial Wanderer was a testament to humanity's most advanced exploration technology. Soft blue holographic interfaces danced around workstations, each crew member connected to an intricate network of sensors and communication systems. Outside the reinforced windows, the vast emptiness of space stretched into infinity, punctuated by distant stellar formations. "Magnify Sector 7 Alpha 3, he commanded. The hologram shifted, resolving into a more detailed image. What had initially appeared as random metallic fragments now revealed a more deliberate form. A massive construct emerged from the darkness, a vessel so large it seemed to consume the surrounding space, its hull marked by centuries of micrometeorite impacts and cosmic radiation. "A generation ship," whispered Doran Rakes, the ship's xenoarchaeologist. His slight frame was tense with excitement, fingers already dancing over his data tablet, collecting preliminary scans. Generation ships represented humanity's most ambitious attempt at interstellar colonization during the early 23rd century. Enormous vessels designed to carry thousands of passengers across centuries, with complete ecosystems, genetic archives, and self-sustaining technologies. Most had been lost to history, their trajectories unknown, their missions forgotten. This one was different. The ship's quantum AI, an advanced computational system named ARIA, Advanced Recursive Intelligence Assistant, began correlating the incoming data. Its holographic representation of a soft translucent blue figure materialized near Kuran's command station. "Preliminary analysis suggests anomalous characteristics," Arya reported, her voice a perfect blend of clinical precision and subtle emotional undertone. "The vessel deviates significantly from known generation ship designs." "Initial scans?" Karen asked, not taking his eyes off the massive structure. Valiran responded, his fingers flying across multiple holographic interfaces. "Traveling for approximately 637 years. No active energy signatures. Life support systems in a suspended maintenance mode. But there's something else. The ship's internal structure is adaptive." Karen studied the vessel's exterior. Its hull was a complex lattice of interconnected modules, suggesting a design that could reconfigure itself based on mission parameters. But something felt fundamentally wrong. The symmetry was subtly off, as if constructed with principles just beyond human comprehension. "Doran," Kieran said, "what do your initial analyses tell you?" The xenoarchaeologist's eyes were wide, reflecting the holographic data. "This isn't a standard generation ship design. The structural integrity is remarkable. Those micro-impacts should have compromised the hull decades ago, yet it looks preserved, almost deliberately maintained." The Celestial Wanderer was more than just a research vessel. It represented the pinnacle of human deep space exploration technology, a mobile research station equipped to handle the most complex archaeological and xenological discoveries. Its crew of 12 had been mapping unexplored regions of the Orion Arm, searching for evidence of lost human expeditions and potential colonization sites. This discovery was beyond their wildest expectations. As preparations for the expedition began, the ship's internal systems buzzed with anticipation. Specialized exploration suits were checked and rechecked. Each piece of equipment underwent multiple diagnostic scans. The team knew that in deep space a single equipment failure could mean certain death. "That your search for the exploration passenger control. I count 5 passengers were dead. Or making adjustments to tactical display," Karan ordered. Liren, maintain a secure communications link. Karan prepped. Aria's holographic form flickered slightly. Commander, I must note a 0.37% probability of unexpected quantum entanglement within the target vessel. Recommend enhanced quantum shielding for exploration team. Ehanian nodded. Araya's recommendations were never to be taken lightly. Her computational capabilities far exceeded human intuition, yet she had developed a remarkable understanding of human psychology during their missions. Within 2 hours, a carefully selected team of 4 prepared to board the mysterious generation ship. Karan insisted on leading the expedition himself, despite protocols suggesting he remain on the Celestial Wanderer. His experience and intuition had saved missions before. The boarding shuttle detached with a pneumatic hiss. Exterior lights illuminated the generation ship's massive airlock, revealing intricate geometric patterns that seemed to shift subtly as they approached. Doran's instruments were going wild, recording data points that defied standard interpretations. Structural composition is unusual, he muttered, reviewing preliminary readings. Carbon-based metamaterials I've never encountered. The molecular structure suggests adaptive capabilities that border on organic technology. They entered through a secondary maintenance airlock. Emergency lighting flickered to life, revealing corridors that seemed simultaneously ancient and pristine. No dust, no degradation, just an eerie, perfectly preserved environment. The first sign that something was fundamentally wrong came in the central atrium. Suspended animation pods lined the massive chamber, each containing a human form. But these weren't standard cryosleep units. The pods were organic, almost living, with tendrils of biomechanical material connecting each unit in a complex, web-like network. My God, whispered Tamir Selin, the mission's medical specialist. They're not just preserved, they're connected. Thousands of pods stretched in concentric rings, each containing a perfectly preserved human. Men and women of various ages, their expressions neutral, seemingly caught in a moment between sleeping and waking. But something about their positioning felt deliberate, calculated. Karan moved closer to one of the pods. The figure inside was a middle-aged man, his features strong and symmetrical. Unlike typical cryosleep subjects, who often showed signs of cellular stress, this individual looked as if he had been placed in the pod moments ago. Doran's handheld scanner chirped rapidly. These pods aren't just preservation units, they're communicating with each other. Some kind of neural network that extends beyond individual biological systems. As they explored further, the ship revealed more mysteries. Laboratories filled with complex biological and technological systems. Archives that seemed to contain not just data, but living memory constructs. Holographic interfaces that responded to their mere proximity, displaying fragmented information in languages that defied immediate translation. The original mission parameters, Karan muttered, studying a particularly complex display. They're encrypted, layered. It's like the ship itself is protecting some fundamental secret. Hours of exploration yielded more questions than answers. The generation ship was clearly not a standard human colonization vessel. Its technologies were too advanced, too alien. Yet it was undeniably of human origin, or at least something that had emerged from human technological development. In the ship's central command center, they discovered the first real clue. A massive holographic projection system activated as Dorn approached, displaying a series of complex mathematical equations and biological diagrams. It's a preservation matrix, Dorn explained, his voice trembling with excitement and something else, a hint of fear, but not just for biological organisms, for something more fundamental. The equations suggested a mission far beyond simple colonization. They spoke of genetic preservation, of maintaining a specific evolutionary trajectory, of protecting something that transcended individual human life. As night cycles passed aboard the Horizon Pathfinder, Karan couldn't sleep. The generation ship's mysteries consumed his thoughts. What was its true purpose? Why had it been traveling for centuries, maintaining its passengers in this strange, interconnected state? The answer, when it came, was both more incredible and more terrifying than any of them could have imagined. In the ship's deepest archives, hidden behind layers of quantum encryption, they found the truth. This was no ordinary colonization mission. It was a genetic ark, a vessel designed to preserve and potentially recreate human potential after some catastrophic, civilization-ending event. But the truly shocking revelation was the mission's specific focus, not just preserving humanity, but cultivating a specific type of human potential, a deliberate, engineered path of evolution that would produce individuals capable of surviving and potentially thriving in environments that would destroy ordinary humans. The generation ship was a seed, a carefully constructed genetic repository waiting to be activated under specific cosmic conditions. And now, after centuries of silent travel, it had been found. Karen looked at his team, Doran, Liern, Tamir. Each of them now bore the weight of a discovery that could fundamentally reshape humanity's understanding of its own potential and purpose. The void of space stretched around them, holding its secrets just a little while longer. As the Horizon Pathfinder began its careful extraction and documentation of the generation ship, none of them could shake the feeling that they had discovered something far more significant than a lost expedition. They had found a message, a promise, and possibly a future.